Well, hello, 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 and welcome to day number 8. I'm curious as you're going about this meditation challenge, what has been coming up for you? What has been coming up for you? And it's been interesting to see in the beginning, a lot of you were commenting in the Facebook group, and day 7, not so much. So I'm curious who's still here with us, who's still meditating, and what are you feeling? What are you witnessing? What are you experiencing? Yesterday, we read from the Four Agreements, Don Miguel Ruiz, the Four Agreements. And today I'm going to dabble with the first agreement, and then we're going to do a 6-minute meditation. And I'm going to tell you before I start the reading, it's a little deep. The first agreement is a little bit deep. And so as you move into the meditation, the 6 minutes of stillness, allow your thoughts, allow them to come in, honor them, acknowledge them, and breathe them out. And you may get caught up and stuck on a few of those thoughts, and it's okay. Meditation's a practice. When you catch yourself creating a story around that thought that you're attaching to, exhale it out and go back to the mantra. And maybe you'll pick up a mantra through the reading or breath in, breath out. Whatever your mantra is, when you start to attach to the stories, to the thoughts, go back to that mantra. Okay? Get super duper comfortable. Comfort is an amazing thing. Maybe you're laying down with a nice snuggly warm blanket on you. Maybe you're sitting at your desk and you're shutting your computer off, everything but this tab. Get super comfortable. And you might want to close your eyes as I go into the reading, the first agreement, which is be impeccable with your word. The first agreement is the most important one and also the most difficult one to honor. It's so important that with just this first agreement, you'll be able to transcend to the level of existence I call heaven on earth. The first agreement is to be impeccable with your word. It sounds very simple, but it's very, very powerful. Why your word? Your word is the power that you have to create. Your word is the gift that comes directly from God or your higher power. The Gospel of John in the Bible, speaking of the creation of the universe, says, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word is God." Through the Word, you express your creative power. It is through the word that you manifest everything. Regardless of what language you speak, your intent manifests through the word. What you dream, what you feel, and what you really are will all be manifested through the word. The word is not just a sound or a written symbol. The word is a force. It is the power you have to express and communicate, to think, and thereby to create the events in your life. Whenever we hear an opinion and we believe it, we make an agreement and it becomes part of our belief system. There was a little girl and she grew up, and even though she had a beautiful voice, she never sang again. She developed a whole complex from one spell. A spell from somebody that told her when she was very little to shut up. How many times do we do this with our children or even with other people? We give them an opinion, sort of a black magic. and they glob onto that, or we glob onto that opinion of what others think. Here's an example. You wake up in the morning and you're feeling very, very happy. You feel so wonderful. You're looking at yourself in the mirror. You feel beautiful. You run into one of your best friends and they say, "What has happened to you? You look so tired. Why are you wearing that dress? Oh my goodness, that dress it's not super flattering." That girlfriend, maybe she said that to hurt you. Maybe she didn't. Maybe she just didn't hold back. Anyways, that opinion of what she said to you becomes black magic. And these types of spells are often difficult to break. The only thing that can break a spell is to make a new agreement based on truth. And the truth is the most important part of being impeccable with your word. On one side of the sword are the lies, which create black magic. And on the other side of the sword is the truth, which has the power to break the spell. And only the truth can set us free. Gossip is black magic at its very worst because it's pure poison. We learned how to gossip by agreement when we were children. We might have heard those around us gossiping and openly giving their opinions about other people. Emotional poison was transferred along the way in opinions, and we learned that this was the normal way to communicate. Gossiping has become the main form of communication in human society. It has become the way we feel close to each other because it makes us feel better to see someone else feel badly as we do oftentimes. There's an expression that says misery likes company, and people who are suffering in hell don't want to be alone. Fear and suffering are an important part of the dream on the planet, and they are how the planet keeps us down. Human gossip works exactly the same way. For example, you are beginning a new class with a new teacher and you've looked forward to it for a long time. And on that first day, you run into somebody or you see somebody you know, and they say, "This instructor is really bad. I've heard really bad things about him." You immediately are imprinted with the word and the emotional code the person had when saying this. But you're not aware of his or her motivation in telling you. This person could be angry for something that happened in the past, making an assumption. But because you have learned to ingest information like a child, some part of you believes the gossip and goes into the class with sort of a contempt prior to investigation of that teacher. End of this first agreement. Just imagine what you can create with impeccability of the word. With the impeccability of the word, you can transcend the dream of fear and live a different life. You can live in heaven in the middle of thousands of people that are living in hell because you're immune to that hell. You can attain the kingdom of heaven from this one agreement. Be impeccable with your word. And that, my friends, was a heavy way to go into the meditation. And so let's give it a try. Let's give it 6 minutes and see what comes up for you. Take a deep breath in, a big deep breath in all the way into your chest and into your belly, and hold it at the top. And breathe out. Exhale out. And now do that on your own. And over these next 6 minutes, if thoughts come into your mind that you want to attach onto, it's okay. Once you catch yourself doing that, bring yourself back into the stillness of watching those thoughts. And maybe you have a mantra that you're going to use. Remember that mantra, and when you catch yourself creating a story, go back to the mantra. I'll mind the time. Slowly wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, stretch. I'm curious what came up for you for today's meditation. Were you able to quiet your mind today? Not stop your thoughts, quiet your mind. Please share in the Facebook group or on my YouTube channel what you witnessed from your meditation today. And thank you for joining me today. I look forward to tomorrow's meditation, where we will look at the agreement number 2 and do a meditation after that. Thank you for joining. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good day wherever you're joining in from.